strength can carry them. Because life after retirement comes with no more salaries. It comes with delayed payment of pension. It comes with some level of unfulfillment. However, you have to retire. Now, you decide when you feel you want to retire or when it's okay for you to retire. And then also think about possible alternatives. Should your pension and gratuity not come as and when due when you retire? Because it seems like it is the wisest thing to do at this point in time. I do not want to go on and on about how unaccountable the government will be or have been to us, the transparency that comes with the disbursement of funds for payment of pensions and gratuity, and what is causing the delay. Because if we start that conversation, I bet you Kala Dakaru Batibo may come and meet us here in this studio still talking about it. But then again, we can stay here and talk about the problems, or we can choose to do the wise thing. In this case, it will be seeking of possible alternatives. Or is there a possibility that just maybe you have never thought about retirement and what your life would be after retirement? Join the conversation on X at Nigeria Info PH is our X handle. And our Facebook page is Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. Also on Instagram and Telegram, it is at Nigeria Info FM _PH. The questions to be answered are: 1. At what age would you like to retire? Considering the fact that you may be forced to retire because you have gotten to the age of retirement, compulsory retirement, that one that your employment is terminated due to reaching the mandatory retirement age set by law or by your employer. There's voluntary retirement. You decide. I mean, I know of someone who retired at the age of 40. How old was that lady? She wasn't up to 50. She decided that she was done working for people and she was retiring. And then there is medical retirement. For some reason, your health cannot take the pressure that comes with work anymore. You have a very, very serious health challenge, and for that reason, you would have to retire. But then, you're all hale and hearty, and I would like to add, like I said, some people have falsified their age because they don't want to retire quick. So they reduce their age. But then again, all things being equal, everything is fine. At what age would you like to retire? And you tell me, have you thought of alternatives? Should your pension and gratuity not come as and when you do retire? Let's talk. 0817 923 0002 0817 923 0003. I take the numbers again, and this time slowly. 0817 923 0002 and 0817 923 0003. A call screener is in standby to take your calls first before passing you on to me in the studio. So when you do call, the first voice you would hear will definitely not be my voice, but that of the call screener. I look forward to hearing fresh voices today. Like I would always say, it's okay to listen, but it's even better to be a part of the conversation. So you can either join the conversation via WhatsApp and Telegram. That is you sending your messages to 0809 0306416, or calling the numbers earlier advertised, or joining on X and Facebook. I have Fortune from Kana. Hi, Fortune. Good afternoon and welcome to the sunny side. Go ahead.
Good afternoon. Is it Dennis?
Good afternoon. How do you do?
Okay.
All right.
You know, if I was to work with government, I will not retire until let it be the day that I'm fired.
The day you are
because
fired.
When you retire, yes, because when you retire, what you don't have anything. That's why I met a man who has 2 appointment letters.
2 appointment letters.
He has to.
What is he doing? What is he doing with both of them?
So that, he keep forcing his age and all the rest. That will also make him to have 2 appointment letters. Because by the day he retires, he will not have anything to eat. Okay. Your retirement benefit, gratuity, nothing they will not give you. So now, why would there not be budget?
Okay, it is for things like this, not knowing what lies ahead after retirement, that this question is important. Have you ever thought about other alternatives? Yes, for some people, let me tell you the truth, their children become their retirement plan. So if they have children and they do retire, they look forward to their children taking care of them. After all, when all the money I worked for, I use it to take care of you people. I use it to send you to school. But what happens when the children are not doing well? What happens when the children are yet to find jobs? What happens when something, unfortunately, happens to these children? These children that we classify as our walking stick when we grow old. Again, my questions are pretty straightforward. At what age would you like to retire? And the most important question of all, have you ever thought of alternatives should your pension and gratuity not come as and when you do eventually retire? 0817-923-0002 and 0817-923-0003. Odinaka is calling from hold on. Ada George. Odinaka, good afternoon to you and welcome.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Odinaka, you're
wow, I've been trying your line since there's no point.
Oh, I'm so sorry about that, but you're here now. Go ahead.
Hello?
Odinaka, you're here now. Go ahead. Sorry about that. Go ahead.
Okay. I just want to turn the line. I just want to say hi to you.
You just want to say hi to me?
Yes.
Okay, hi to you too. Call screener. I think at this juncture you would like to help me sieve out the people that just want to say hi to me. Zion from GRA, welcome to the sunny side. Go ahead.
I think we need to abandon this call screener thing because it's not working for us.
Why? Why did you say that?
The truth is, a few weeks ago, I did a study on this presidential debate, Uber debate, and so on. And I want to tell you categorically clear. For all the Niger Delta states, which I did a study on, none of the questionnaires was given to the Guba aspirants on how to handle this issue on pension. You will be surprised. On pension, especially what you are discussing now. The truth is this issue of pensioners have been lingering since after the Civil War. We are having problem with pension. And I also further or narrow the study down to the Department of Mathematics and Statistics. Guess what?
What?
In most of these departments, especially universities of the Niger Delta region, Rivers and Bayelsa to be precise, this is one of the most abandoned departments, mathematics and statistics. And these are the people who have the technical and the professional know-how to deal with the issue of pensions. Until we start looking at the intricacies of this issue. And let me also bring it to the fore. the reason many people are going to government work or civil service job is because of pension. Look at this present River State won 10,000 jobs. A lot of people went there because they want a job after whatever, they can be having pension. They call it pensionable jobs. Now, how do we get it right? Let me speak to you from the ground of professionalism and knowledge. Normally, 35 years for every civil servant. And for these 35 years, your benefit is number one, accommodation. 2, a salon car. 3, health insurance policy. 4, they call it numerations, which means your daily upkeeps. That is where your pension is being drawn up, which means 5% of your salary is deducted from your salary for the next 35 years monthly, which means this your salary can also give you your own, which is 2-bedroom flat. Also, the Constitution is under there. But in our modern day, we now introduce what we call mortgage.
Mrs. Zion, I've been waiting for you to land, and all you have been doing is give us statistics and explanation. Thank you so much for that. However, my questions are pretty straightforward. Mrs. Zion, at what age would you like to retire, and have you thought of alternatives? Should your pension and gratuity not come as and when due?
Alternative, the only way I can pension, even when I'm a government worker, can be talking about pension.
Even when you are not a government, hold on. I know that there are private companies that come up with pension plans. And some people have also complained that sometimes it seems like a Herculean task to get or retrieve their pension from those privately run pension. They call themselves pension managers. So the conversation is all encompassing, yes.
That is why I was giving you statistics. But you are so bored. You are so beautiful.
No. Hold on. See. I think at this juncture, we should learn, if we haven't gotten to that point yet, to give direct answers to direct questions. It's not about being bored.
When I come to pension, I tell you, okay, at the age of 60 years, I should pension. Does it bring any meaning to the conversation?
But then there is a second question.
That I am giving you the background of the conversation. I have only 2 minutes to do this work.
Mrs. Zion, you've been on this call for 6 minutes and you are yet to answer any of the questions I asked.
I've been on the queue for how many minutes?
Mrs. Zion.
So now, I've been calling on radio for 20 years now.
Mrs. Zion.
I know the dynamics of this conversation.
Mr. Zion, can you hear me?
I'm with you.
Good. If you can't answer question number 1, at least try to answer question number 2. Thank you so much for the background. I really do appreciate. All right then. Please, moving forward, it helps. You know, we try to maximize time as much as possible. We try to ensure that everyone is given fair opportunity to have their take. And yes, you guys say, oh, my airtime is going, oh, the call screening is not working. And then you're given the opportunity to be on air to answer the questions. And you go on and you leave other people waiting. And you're yet to answer the questions. It doesn't seem fair. Okay? It doesn't at all. So I will go back to the beginning of this conversation. Thank you so much, Mrs. Zion, for doing us the honors of giving us a background of this conversation. And like I said, this conversation is a very relatable one. Because if you haven't experienced it firsthand, you know someone who has. Or you know a family who had suffered for the reason of not having pensions and gratuities paid as and when due. Their rights, their entitlement. So whether you are one of those children who have had to help your father fight or mother fight for their pension and gratuities, you do not want that kind of future for yourself. And it is for that reason that we are having this 90 billion naira is being owed as inherited pensions. And we don't know when this will be cleared. Okay? So think about it before you pick up your phone to call or before you pick up your phone to type a message to us. 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003. Ekene from Andoni, welcome to the sunny side. Go ahead.
Yes, welcome.
Thank you.
Please, there is something very much important to me. I think it relates to this money, pension, something, but do not mention exactly.
Okay.
That it relates to. Please, I want people to use this your studio or medium to remind government, Nigeria government, concerning the pains that people suffered in, I think, February, when they said this old currency will no longer be useful until the Supreme Court intervene. Now, the Supreme Court said that this money will expire by December 31st. December 31st is not far from now. And the new currency is not in regulation like that. It's not in so much. What we do have now is the old currency still everywhere. By the time that the 31st will reach, people will say, Supreme Court said it will expire. They will start rejecting the old currency. The same frustration will start again. Now, nobody is talking about it. Everybody keep quiet. So I want you to please use the medium to either to remind.
Ekene, are you still with us?
Yes, so that everybody, let it be known. I don't know why the old currency are still in so much in circulation than the new currency.
Mr. Ekene, but we are not talking about currency now.
I know, but I want you to use this.
Ekene, I know, but I want you to focus on the conversation we are currently having. A message on WhatsApp says 21 states owe 79 billion naira pension. This is tantamount and administrative criminality with failed accountability. This is how you know that Nigeria is a failure country. Pension was the hope of workers in the early 70s to 80s. But today, this is the way it is, according to Lucky Dube. God is watching. Evangelist Roland send that in. Okay, I see a lot of people reacting to what Mr. Zion did. Let's move on, okay? Shall we move on? I'm trying to access our social media platforms to see if some of your comments dropped either on X or on Facebook. Remember, X handle is at Nigeria Info PH and Facebook page is Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. Moving forward, I would love for you to focus on the conversation and not on a caller. Thank you. Thank you so much. Again, a call screener is on standby to take your calls first and pass you on to me in the studio. Once again, the numbers are 0817 923 0002, 0817 923 0003. If you're just joining us, welcome. And if you have been with us, thank you so much for staying tuned. Retirement without pension. The dilemma of retirees is the conversation we are having. And as a way of recap of all that has been said so far, at least 21 states of the Federation owe retirees 790 billion inherited pensions and gratuities. And our river state tops the lists of states with a backlog of unpaid pensions and gratuities. So you see, there's the pension that is supposed to be paid, and there's pension from the past that is unpaid as we speak. And this is to the tune of 119 billion naira. And then Benue State comes second. And one begins to wonder, how is it possible that this huge amount of money is owed to pensioners? And then you should also think about the situation of these pensioners who are yet to receive this pension as at this moment of speaking. And then you think about yourself. Some of you will retire in the next 20 years. Some of you will retire in the next 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 10 years, as the case may be. When you think about the age you would like to retire, whether it is compulsory retirement, voluntary retirement, or retirement on medical grounds, what alternatives have you thought of? Should your pensions and gratuities not come when you expect them to come at the right time. That is as and when due. Again, 0817 923 0002, 0817 923 0003, 0817 923 0002, and 0817 923 0003. Remember, we're still live on Facebook, Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. Udoka on Facebook says, in sane countries, when you retire, you go back to the rural area and start farming, and government will send it to the city or outside the country to sell. You will make money. But here, retirees are doing security work and carrying block. Government should use the money or pension to buy land for these people so that when they retire, they can go back there. Good morning, delightable Denise. By the grace and mercy of the divine, I'll be retiring by 45, 4 years from now. Although I'm currently on a contributory pension plan, of which my deposit is huge, I'm not depending on it. And when I do retire, I'll go into full-time agro-allied and agribusiness venture. Then I shall use my remaining productive years to grow my passion and agro-business. JT is calling from Port Harcourt. All right, JT, thank you. 45. I think a lot of people are looking forward to retiring pretty early these days. Anyway, we need to go on a commercial break. When we come back, I continue to take your calls and read your messages. Trending Stories comes up at 1, and we'll be back after the 1 o'clock hour to round up this conversation. We are Nigeria Info. Just stay tuned to us.
Another season don't show to take someone away like the game of football better. Make una chook body for inside the Predator Energy Travel Waka. Go experience Anfield with Naija correct football magician JJ Okocha. Make una sharply run by a bottle of Predator Energy drink. Look under the cover, send the code, your name, age, location to 50221. Make una feel win the Travel Waka. Go experience Anfield and other ogbonge prizes like TVs,
Good afternoon. Back to your messages. Good afternoon. The Nigeria Pencom is being managed by criminals. The system is designed to undo the pension contributors so the politicians and board members who are always ready to steal by tapping into the purse to boost their irresponsible lifestyle. We are yet to get real leaders to manage pension in Nigeria. Retiring without pension plans is very dangerous for both government and private sector workers. Nigerians need to understand how pension contributions prepares us for a safer and guaranteed future irrespective of the sector. Retirement age 45 to 55 is ideal. Thank you. Mikel Obi sent that in. Denise, it's a terrible situation. I lost my wife in 2015. To get her death benefits was terrible situation. What these pensioners are going through, even when we have young people in charge of the process, is so cumbersome. No wonder there's so much corruption, people stealing for old age. God help Nigerian pensioners. I can send that in. Someone says, good day, Didi. This shouldn't be the right topic of discourse. You should throw in a topic to criticize the government of River State on their failure to pay pensions to River State. And haven't we been having such conversations?
With information comes power.
We give you more
And as a background to